It was such a fucking aggressive fart that we both looked at each other. And the guy goes, "Os." and I said, "That's the greatest O story of all time. And you can fight me on that one." That shit had me laughing.
We are Gucci.
Gucci like the brand, or Gucci like the gooch, the taint between your asshole and your dick and your balls. It's different. They're different smells. If we're recording, that could be the open. That could be the open right there. That could be the open of the whole show. We just got it right off the get.
The answer to that is simply yes.
The answer is os.
Oh shit! How was your week, Matt?
My week was good. What's up, guys? Ni hao, bitches.
Yeah, you got another one for the next episode.
I just looked that up right now. That's Chinese.
Matt is a man of many cultures.
I'm trying to become bilingual for you guys over here on the BJJ Balance podcast. But yeah, week was good. First of all, again, thanks for joining us. Thanks for all those follow-ups and shares and stuff throughout the week, and likes and sharing our content. We really appreciate it.
I had a dude hit us up in the DMs yesterday, and I think he asked one of the questions or something like that. Or no, it was he responded to one of the White Belt Wednesday posts, and then he said that he enjoys the podcast, but he found it through seeing clips on Instagram.
That's awesome.
So yeah, just an organic follow.
That's awesome. Sometimes I feel like, man, here's my face. Here's what we do. Here's our thing. And people are like, hey, man, we come to you for the memes. You know? And I feel like, hey, I'm more than just memes, dude. Okay? I got a face. I got a personality. Here it is. If you don't like it, don't worry. There's going to be more memes coming. Just bear with.
The memes don't just make themselves.
Just bear with me here. But yeah, it was good. I went to a tournament yesterday, NABJJF tournament. Had some difficulty getting in the door. And then it made me think, like, I walk up to the tournament. I'm coaching one of the guys from the morning class. I said, I'm going to be there. I'm leaving. We hit a little bit of traffic on the way. I'm like, crap. He's been there since noon. First tournament,
right?
First tournament, you get there way early.
Oh, yeah.
You just got to get your mind right, which I get. So I'm on my way. I get there. I walk in. I'm like, am I on the coach's list? I wasn't on the coach's list. No big deal. I'm like, okay, I'll pay. I'll get in. They're like, sorry, cash only. I'm like, come again?
That's weird.
Come again?
Yeah.
I'm all, she's like, sorry, you have to have cash to enter. We don't take card. I'm like, okay, well, what kind of organization is this? Who carries cash?
Right.
So he's like, well, you can find somebody to get it in, and then you can sell them. I'm all, hey, hey, NABJJF.
Get Apple Pay.
Get something. Like, get a swiper.
Yeah.
Like,
they're like $40.
These 210-pound girls were punking me. They would not let me in. I even told them, I was like, I'll sell you 20.
How much was it to get in?
10. I was like, I'll sell you 20. That means you make 10.
Yeah.
And you just give 10 to your boss.
And you let me in now.
No. I'm like, I don't even know. I was like, I don't know. Luckily, I found a guy who was on the team. He gave me 20. I did the same thing to him, and we made it right. But I ended up missing my guy's first match.
Oh.
Because I was stuck at the door. Granted, Poncho coached him, so it actually was even better for him.
Yeah.
Because, when I have the boss coach, that's even better.
Right.
So he ended up taking gold. Jordan took gold.
Nice. Hell yeah.
Got us up at the end. Funny story about it is, the last match, I'm telling Jordan, I'm like, hey, position over submission. We're staying 500. We're staying heavy. We're smashing. We're not giving him nothing to stay heavy. If he bucks, you base out. Everything's good. So we're doing that. And he's dominating the match. He's in full mount. And there's like a minute left. And I hear Poncho, maybe a minute and a half left. Poncho's all, he just wants to sub so bad, Matt, in my ear. And he's up pretty good points. And I'm like, not listening to that. Because Poncho's kind of like overseeing my coaching.
Right.
He's like, he just wants to sub so bad, man. He just wants it so bad. I'm like, stay up top, stay heavy. I'm like, a minute left. He's all, Matt, he just wants it so bad.
He's just the devil on your shoulder.
He's like, Jordan, I know you want it. I'm like, all right, Jordan, go for the sub if you want. I was like, all right. I was like, Jordan, go for the sub if you want it. Then sure shit, 2-on-1 from Mount, fakes the Kimura or the Americana. Yeah, Americana, 2-on-1. Jordan, the defender, reaches up from Mount to defend it, to grab the
Armbar?
the Americana, armbar finish.
Nice.
Done. Beautifully done. Jordan, first tournament, gold medal. Congrats, my man.
Congrats, Jordan. Fuck yeah.
But yeah, and then I was talking to Vader because Vader was there, Sarah publishing him. He also won one of his matches and did very good. I was like, hey, what's up with you can wear, and this is now I'm going at NABJJF. I'm calling them all out right now, okay? Because look at now, you can't wear a rash guard at NABJJF under your gi.
Okay.
You can at other tournaments. Right. So as big as it's got to let the titties out when when it comes to NABJJF or IBJJF. You can't wear a rash guard. So I'm like, but you can wear a rash guard and no gi.
Right.
And you cannot be bare skinned. What the fuck? Like Vader brought that up to me. I was like, that's a good fucking point.
Yeah.
How can in no gi IBJJF you have to wear a rash guard?
I can't go.
But when you're in a gi, you can't wear a rash guard underneath. That makes no fucking sense.
It doesn't make sense. I'm trying to think of like what would be the benefit of having a rash guard under your gi top.
There is none. I have no idea.
Yeah.
That makes no sense. I have no idea. That's just a rules. They're just flexing rules to flex, I think. Like
I know that IBJJF is pretty strict on like gi as far as like length of sleeves, length of pants, patch placement, color. But then like there's like certain you can't have like a lined gi or something like that.
Yeah, man, I don't know the gi rules. That's why whenever you're in a tournament, you always bring 2 gis. Bring 2.
Yeah.
And get a bag that can bring to like that, Notorious Combat bag that I got. You can fit 2 big gis in there if you wanted to. But like for sure, like, because you never know. One might not pass inspection. One might rip. I've seen them rip on guys, and I've seen Poncho hustling. Thank God. My professor knows everybody in the world in jiu-jitsu. So he's just like yelling at people like, give me your gi, and just making dudes get naked and loan gis. He talks to their professor, tell him to strip down. The guy's like, what? He's like, give him your gi. And we're just loaning gis out to random people so don't get DQ'd. We're thankful that we got no guy who can do that. But always bring 2 gis because you never know if a malfunction, your gi malfunction, you rip it and you don't have an extra, you're done.
That sucks.
You're done. So make sure you have 2 gis always. But also ran into the Little Malavita guys at the gym. At the tournament. They're cool ass dudes. Hopefully we can have them on the podcast soon. Speaking of that, finally, I didn't forget it this time, Kenny. They got you your rash guard.
Dope. I'm official like a referee whistle.
Now my man, got
E40 would
hooked
say.
up with a rash guard. It's got the dedicated logo on the front. And it's got all his personal stuff on the back. I like anal, stuff like that.
What's that sleeve say right there?
What does it say?
Never trust a rash guard.
Never trust a rash guard. That's sick, bro.
That's dope. That's clean. Love it. Hell yeah.
So thank you guys for that. Thanks for all the support for them. They're hooking us up a bunch. And
Yeah.
we're
Appreciate you
thankful
guys.
for that. Yeah.
That's dope.
So what are we getting into today? We did that. Why?
Your goals for comp in 2024. Let's hear them.
So yeah, I was planning on maybe doing this last tournament. I don't know if I would have had much smoke there. By looking at the bracket, I don't know if I even had a match.
Oh wow.
There was
You
bigger.
could have hit gold, bro.
Yeah, I could have just got gold. But I definitely want to compete more in 2024. That is my goal. Just kind of I'm feeling good. I'm feeling injury wise. The darkness has passed me. I feel like it's time for me to go out there, win or lose. It's time for me to just put it on the line because why not? So I'm definitely planning on competing more in 2024, push myself, help, try to build my name a little bit in the comp circuit. I am currently, I think if I do for NABJJF, because I have not competed in IBJJF, so I'm going to have to do like NABJJF, Jiu-Jitsu World League, stuff like that. at the beginning because I think IBJJF is going to have me suspended. Because I didn't compete at brown belt because I dislocated my hip, had a bunch of injuries. And so like they don't recognize me as a black belt, even though I got a black belt. They're like, you have to do the suspension. They're going to put me in suspension. So I have to fork over like $50 just to be suspended. And to me, I'm a tight ass. And to me, I don't want to just give them $50 for nothing.
Yeah. Here's $50 so I can do nothing so that I can take $50 next year so I can do something.
Yeah. And to me, that sucks.
Can I just give you $100 now and go?
Right. Like, yeah. Again, can I just Zell you 52? Can I Zell you 100? Yeah. I don't know, man. Like, hey, I don't understand. I'm having money problems with jiu-jitsu lately, and it's driving me crazy. So yeah, I definitely want to compete more, want to put myself out there, want to do more, want to be, more in the scene of the competition. Just because, one, there's nothing like just putting it on the line. There's nothing like, getting after win or lose. It's just a different feeling. Like I was talking to Jordan yesterday and he's like, wow, man, I thought like, it's just way different when you compete. It's just so much different. Like it's a different feel. It's a different, it's different energy. It's like, you're like, it's just like, and once you compete once in your life, whether it's anything like head to head combat wise, you realize that practice gets a little easier.
I think the biggest kind of like eye opener for me in my first comp was the pace. It was when you're in the gym and you're doing rolls after class, you're going, 5, 6 rolls, back to back to back. You kind of pace yourself a little differently. Whereas when you're in comp, this might be your only match. If you lose, you know what I mean? So it's just like the intensity. It's like they're grabbing you and it's not just like a tug. It's like, I'm fucking ripping your arm over here. You know what I mean? It's just like, okay. Yeah, that was a little bit of a shock, but
it's just a big difference. It really is a difference with like the nerves and you can't describe it. And like, it's just a feeling of, when it's done, you're like, man, if you could bottle that feeling up, it'd be kind of cool to feel that feeling every day. I kind of like feed off the nerves. Yeah. Sometimes. Obviously, before you're going in the bullpen, you're always sizing guys up. Like, is this guy who's this guy? Is this guy? That guy never is. But like, I don't know, just something about it. And every time I'm like coaching, or even though I love doing it, I'm like, damn, I wish I was out there today. Yeah. It happens every time. So definitely plan on doing a lot more competition for myself this year. What about you?
Yes. I don't know. I haven't made a like a goal as far as like how often I want to compete. I'd like to compete a decent amount, and I'd like to compete in IBJJF. I know there's a lot of other smaller tournaments and whatnot, but I feel like if I'm going to spend the money and if I'm going to go out there and risk injury and the possibility of loss, I'd rather it be in a tournament that's going to count for something, you know what I mean? Right. Maybe get some points.
Get your points.
Yeah.
Why not?
Yeah. And I'd like to do world. So I think the more IBJJF stuff I can knock out, the better that's going to give me my
Master Worlds in August, get a hotel room, do the Vegas thing. Yeah. That'd be cool.
So yeah, that's the,
maybe I won't be suspended, dude. I was talking to Punch was like, sometimes they suspend you, sometimes they don't. It's like, guess it's just like luck of the draw. I'm like, cool, dude. Yeah. And I already know I got bad luck.
Can he pull some fucking favors?
I don't know, man. I was like, hey, can you like make some guy get naked and give me his gi? Like, yeah, I don't know. But no, definitely I want to compete more. What else we got?
Why fat dudes should wear belts.
Okay, guys.
Before a fight.
Okay, guys. Like you, I watch a lot of clips on the internet. I'm sure everybody else here does too. And I'm seeing as representation of the big man here, okay, 250 pounds and above. I'm seeing a lot of street fights in the street. I'm seeing a lot of big fucking dudes. And all my boys are falling. And I'm talking not because they're getting clicked, it's because their pants keep dropping to their ankles. I'm seeing a lot of bare booty butt cheeks in the streets from the big dudes. And like, oh, his ass is out. I'm seeing a guy shit his pants. I'm like, what are we doing as bigs as a society? We cannot be wearing sweats. I know it's a comfort thing, but you cannot be fighting in sweats. You can't be fighting in loose pants because your pants always fall off your fucking hips. And I'm just seeing fucking brown eye from the fat guys, dude. Like, hey, guys, we got to be ready.
I was going to suggest taking a pre-fight shit as well. Because
if I got in a fight right now, Kenny, if I got in a fight right now, my pants are staying on. I am not afraid to wear a belt.
I'm belt till I die.
You know, I got whatever, or my pants fit my hips. I'm not a guy who wears sweats all the time. Like, I don't know, man. It's like we got to wear belts in street fights, and we got to quit wearing t-shirts in swimming pools. Like, hey, embrace it, dude. Are you doing a favor to the people in the public, I guess, by wearing a shirt in a swimming pool? Maybe, but you're also saying, hey, I'm fat. I got to wear a shirt in the swimming pool.
Own it.
Own it. Own them. Own them jugs. To me, I've seen, like, I swear, Kenny, I saw like 4 or 5 fights. And every time this dude's trying to pull up his pants because they fall down.
Yeah.
And it's driving me crazy.
I see that I just in general, not just with big guys, but just I came from the generation of like sagging initially. You know what I mean? I remember that like whole like when it was like a thing in schools for dress codes and shit. And it seems like progressively over the years, it's just gotten lower, but the pants get tighter.
Yeah. It's coming back though.
Yeah. But they're like, I'll see like people sagging like mid thigh. I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, why you like pulled your pants up halfway? It's like you didn't sag.
That's
you
a little, yeah.
Yeah. And it's, so you'll see them like they get into a fight and they're holding on to like the middle of the pants, trying to throw with one hand. Like, what the fuck are you doing?
That's like, I don't know, man. Yeah, I don't know what the fuck. Look at, the baggy shit's coming back, Kenny.
I know.
And we can't get away from it.
It's funny. My wife and I were driving somewhere to dinner yesterday, and I saw this group of teenage girls, like walking down the street, and they were dressed like when I was in high school, like dead on. It was like Avril Lavigne, fucking skater girl. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, it's crazy. And shout out to Hot Topic.
Right. For staying
because you know
relevant.
what? Like, you guys were fucking relevant as fuck.
Yeah.
In the early 2000s, 90s.
Yeah.
With the black and the goth and the baggy shit. And then you guys just fought through the fucking skinny jeans and the freaking Hollister shit. And you just stayed up. Toys R Us couldn't do it.
Yeah.
You guys just kept battling.
Do you think they've pulled out like old stock from 25 years ago and we're like, we don't even have any money in this. Just throw it in there
they
again.
Have to, right?
Yeah.
Because now they're back.
They're on marketing it as vintage.
Dude, they're so back.
Charging a premium.
Now. It's like Hot Topic is all the shit. Like, what's next, dude? Like, we've got the baggy. Everybody's like, the real baggy pants are coming in.
Yeah.
And like, girls, I'm gonna tell you this right now. As I don't know, maybe my boy over here thinks different, but for me, not a fan of the baggy pants on girls.
I'm not.
I like skinny jeans. I like low cut jeans right over the pubic line. Show me that fucking belly chain. Hey, when is that gonna come back?
That's probably the next cycle. It went baggy, and then like that early 2000s kind of Britney Spears boy band era.
Yeah, that's what I want.
Yeah.
That's
Low-rise
the era.
jeans.
The low rise jeans. That's what I
little whale tail hanging out the back.
That's what I'm into. The baggy stuff, I can't get into it. Like, girls, we don't want to see that.
Yeah. There's when I first met my wife, one of the things that I mentioned that I wasn't into was the high waisted shit.
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't want to. Your pants should not come up to your fucking mid titty. Like, it's weird.
Like you see, like especially like bigger girls will be like,
yeah,
showing off their upper rib cage. And to me, I'm like, hey, yeah. Like, hey, there's nothing wrong with being a bigger girl. Fine, whatever. But just dress good. I don't know.
There's the boyfriend jeans trend thing that's been going on the last like 5 or so years, and I'm not into it. Yeah. I've heard that. What is that? When they wear your jeans? I think that was the initial, but now it's like it's just a thing. They just go buy these oversized jeans that look like they're meant for somebody way larger than them.
Not flattering.
No, it's weird looking.
Not flattering at all.
Yeah.
Not a fan. I was in an era where I used to wear baggy shit. Wear my fucking corduroy shorts, chain wallet, fucking DVS shoes. I was all about it.
98 new metal
Spitfire wheel shirt. Like, hey man, we were out here. You know what I mean? Little metalhead, had my fucking bracelet that said corn on it. You know what I mean? Well, I was doing the damn thing. But the problem is, I was like, I'll never wear that skinny tight stuff. I don't know how these guys wear tight pants.
Yeah.
And I just shit on tight old men that wear tight pants. And then what happens? It becomes full circle. And I was like, all right, so I finally start wearing tighter fitting clothes.
And now it's going back.
And now I'm like, fine wearing that baggy shit. So now I'm that old guy.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I did the same. I had a bunch of friends that were like, in the like emo metal scene and whatnot. And I would just, you're wearing your little sister's jeans and shit. And then a couple years later, Kenny bought some skinny jeans. And then he bought some of those Tom's Ninja shoes. And then I've just never gone back to baggy ever since.
Kenny's had a lot of looks.
I've had a lot of looks.
Kenny's had a lot of looks, guys. He'll send me pictures. This is me when I was a freaking DJ. And I'm like, what? He looked like Britney's Kevin Federline.
You're like, when the fuck did you do that?
When the fuck did you become Kevin Federline?
Yeah, that was my skinny jean era right there.
And then he showed me emo Kenny.
Yeah.
Emo Kenny with a
mullet mohawk.
Mullet mohawk. Kenny grew hair.
I used to have hair. Once upon a time. Hair.
We got anything else? What we got?
Respect the belt before the roll, but don't feed into it when you're rolling.
This to me is very important because a lot of times, like, I honestly see this happen all the time. You'll roll with a guy and he, like, especially me being a higher belt, a black belt, I'll roll with a guy and I'll grab an arm. He'll start tapping before I even do anything.
Yeah.
Or he just like, when we rolled that one time and I locked up with you, you just dropped to your ass like, oh no. Like, you know what I mean? It happened to you.
I just didn't want to get thrown.
I get it. And I was trying to throw you.
I was aware.
But like, if you didn't know who I was.
Right.
And you didn't know I was just some guy at open mat, you would have rolled with me different.
Again, Church told me how you set that throw up. And I'm like, I don't want, and he did it to me. So I know this sucks. And Matt's bigger than Church, and I don't want to get thrown by Matt, so I'm just going to go ahead and drop down.
So, right. So, but like, if you, so like I'm saying, like, you respect your guys you're rolling with, and maybe they are going to get you anyways, but know that, hey, when you roll with them live, just assume that like they're just a random guy at open mat because you're going to do better in your round that way by just rolling and trying to get your stuff off. Sometimes you're so defensive because you're so scared to get beat by the guy who's way better than you.
Right.
That you're limiting yourself.
You might surprise yourself too.
Your roll will be better. You're like, damn, I did so much better against him today. Why? Because you just rolled and you tried for your stuff. You weren't timid and afraid to attack. That's the gist of like, respect the belt, but when you roll with them, act like they're not wearing it.
I think that's easier the higher you get into, like once you maybe hit blue belt and whatnot. I think when you're a white belt, you're afraid of blue belts, but then you know it's the next belt, so it's not that bad. Purple belt seems like unattainable, and brown belt's like, there's no fucking chance I have a shot with this guy at all. And black belt, you're just like, why the fucking bother, you know?
Right, but you got to realize you're getting better and better and better and better as you know.
I think when I was a white belt, like I would roll with blue belts, and then even sometimes with some confidence. But purple, I was just like, I'm gonna get wrecked. Why waste my time? Now I just like, and I say this as like, yes, I'm a blue belt, but like barely. I just barely got a blue belt. But there's not a whole lot of difference between me and like 6 months ago as a white belt. So,
right.
I have no issues going with purple. I seek purple belt smoke now, if that makes sense. Right. Whereas 6 months ago, I was just like avoiding that shit like the fucking plague.
Yeah, I seek all smoke. All smoke. It doesn't matter. Like I just want to feel the greatness of it.
I've never been super intimidated by rolling with the black belts because I know they're not giving me their all, if that makes sense. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? I know they if you're a lower belt and you're rolling with the black belt, they're usually dropping to your level and letting you work. And you know what I mean? They might play defensively more than anything, like let you attack them. So I feel like rolling with black belts is pretty safe, regardless of what belt you're at.
Yeah, I mean, they know what is legit and what's not, and they're not going to, a good black belt would not crank it.
Right.
Some guys will. Like, I heard that about when coming up, I was white belt. Corey Cass in the Fight Lab.
Yeah.
I heard like if you roll with him, he gonna snap your arm.
Yeah.
Like
So Mark, the guy that was at Open Mat, the Asian guy, Corey Cass is his brother-in-law.
So I heard like I heard that like guys like him, like I heard that coming up, and I don't know how true. I've never rolled with Corey, so I don't know. Maybe someone was just talking shit, but I heard like he likes to wreck people. But it was a different era back then.
Yeah,
it was a little different. It was a little like, hey, I got this weapon, you don't. Like you got to like earn it. It was like more of like. It wasn't such a jiu-jitsu wasn't such a structured program,
right? Where
everybody can get a blue belt. It's like, it was like Fight Club,
right?
It was like, and well, I think he ran the freaking what was that place called? Fight Lab.
Fight Lab, yeah.
So it's like, so like and I would do smokers there, and that was like the gist of my MMA fighting, doing like his open smokers there, and good times.
Yeah, he's a very legit black belt too. I remember one time when I was at 10 Planet, he came in to drop some flyers off because he runs the Grappling X tournaments. For those of you who don't know who we're talking about, you might be familiar with the tournament, but came in to drop some flyers off for a Grappling X tournament that was going to be local, and he was just bullshitting with my instructor, and then like we were going over some sort of like a Darce variation, and he's very good at Darce. And
no, yeah, definitely been in the game along, so he's definitely legit.
And he jumped in like in jeans. Came in on the mat, took his shoes off, and was like, "Oh yeah, just do this, da da da," and like walked us through the technique. And we were all like, "God damn!" Like he explained it so well and so simply.
He's been in the game a long time, very long time.
Yeah.
Did you see the viral video of Sean Strickland home invasion?
Yes, yes. I think Rogan said, "Wrong guy's house to just stroll up on you."
Damn, dog. Whoa.
The gun enthusiast, fucking professional, middleweight world champion
of all houses, right?
Yeah,
like
that's the one.
Sean was just sitting with a gun in his lap.
He probably has the notification where when your ring goes off and you're watching TV, it pops up in the corner. I don't know if you've ever seen that. So he probably just was watching TV and saw, oh shit.
That's like fishing for him.
Yeah.
This is
what we train for.
There's people like us, right? There's people like us who get a ring camera just to see like in hopes that no one does ever show. Sean got a ring camera
in hopes that they show up.
Like just waiting. Waiting for someone to show.
It's how you can set your sensitivity of your camera?
Like out to the freeway. Like
Sean gets a notification that somebody's walking their dog across the street.
Yeah man. Yeah. That's wild. Did you get any training in this week?
No, I had this week off. So I work a sales type job, and month end is always
fleshlights.
Yes. Month end fleshlight sales.
Gotta get them.
It's go time.
Dude. Gotta man that new Nikki Benz fucking anal fleshlights out. It's all the way for Christmas.
So month end can be kind of stressful just because they're pushing numbers like if we're not caught up, get caught up. If we are caught up, go higher. It's like there's never a stopping point. So sometimes on month end, if it's a busy month, I'll and it's right before Christmas. I'm trying to make a good commission paycheck and stuff. So I worked a little later, and then traffic's just been shit too,
bro.
Yeah, it's like it started raining this week, and then the post Thanksgiving traffic has started. So it's like what normally takes me 45 minutes, maybe an hour to get home, is like an hour and a half to 2 all week. So it's cutting into my gym time, but yeah, I'll be back tomorrow.
Yeah, same back tomorrow. Definitely gonna ramp it up. I'm gonna do my fast this week.
Yeah, my wife's trying to talk me into doing it.
I started the other week, and then my wife was like, "Hey, well, it's your first weekend off. I planned on all this stuff," and I'm like, "All right, I'll start it." So I'm gonna start it. I think tonight will be my last meal.
I had a friend who just completed it, and he was doing like a daily, like video vlog entries on Instagram, talking about like how he felt and talked through the whole process and whatnot. And he set like a goal meal. He's like his ended at midnight on whatever his last day was, and he's like, I'm going to Twin Peaks. I'm ordering a burger and fries and blah, 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 and like just he had his goal meal, but like he was saying like the first 36 hours was miserable.
I've done, what's the longest you've ever done?
Fast?
Yeah.
Fucking 0 hours?
My man, what are you, a hobbit?
Yeah. Fucking what?
Second breakfast. Fucking, what do we do?
Fucking, I don't know. The brokest in my life where I couldn't afford to eat that day. I have no clue, man.
Okay, so never attempted it.
Fuck no.
Never intermittent fasted, nothing.
Yeah, I mean,
like 12 hours.
Yeah, 12, maybe 16 hours.
Okay, the most I've ever done is probably 27 hours, maybe. And I was fucking hungry.
Oh, I bet.
Oh, dude, I was hungry. I was like, dude, I was ready to. I remember because it was like broke fasting. It wasn't like I'm doing this for Jesus. No, I wasn't doing it for Jesus. I wasn't doing it for my belly.
This is out of necessity,
doing it because
financial necessity.
I had no money, and so I was like, well, I have I have $10 in my account. I got to feed my dog. So I fed him the fucking half a loaf of bread. And then fucking.
Do you think influencers, or do you think broke people fake being influencers and say they're fasting when they're really just.
Hey, dude,
I'm on a fast.
I'm not. I'm motivated. I just got no cash.
You have 18 cents in the bank, bro.
Hey, Instagram hits me up and goes, hey, have people subscribe and pay you money. I'm like, for what? They're like, for premium content. I was like, breaking news. You're getting my premium content. That's all I got. I got nothing else. I have nothing in reserve. This is what I'm throwing out. Throwing out memes and fucking jiu-jitsu talk. That's it. I don't got any premium content.
We can do clips with the titties out.
Oh yeah. If you guys would pay to see me do shirtless,
Matt, only hams?
only yams, only hams, shirtless vlogs.
Yeah.
And you want to pay your boy
$5 a month.
$5 a month. I don't know, dude. Like what? I guess I don't know what I would give. They're like, they keep popping up. Subscribe for premium content. I was like, what? What do you want from me? I'm like fucking.
I'm giving you my best every day.
I'm like Jennifer Love Hewitt, a top spank bang fucking girl from my youth. Jennifer Love Hewitt and fucking I Know What You Did Last Summer. What do you want from me? I'm fucking just fucking. I don't know.
I don't know, man. Do it all, but do it inverted. Film everything
upside down.
Yeah, from your shoulders.
I don't know, man. Sorry, IG. I would love to make a little bit more cash. I make a little bit of bread on the memes, but I would love to make more. But I just don't have anything premium in.
Yeah,
I just don't.
I've seen a lot of like podcasts and whatnot will do
an extra video
or release early. You know, maybe you get if we release Tuesdays, you get it Monday morning or some shit like that. You know,
like, what I mean? Or like I can see something like us doing that.
Yeah,
on the BJJ Balance podcast, I can see it's like if you're a subscriber to Patreon or whatever, you get an extra podcast,
right?
With obviously we're gonna have to grow more fans, more questions, stuff like that. You get a little extra, an extra pod a week rather than just what everybody else gets,
right?
So I can see us doing something like that. But when it comes to my personal Instagram, I was like, hey man, I got nothing for you guys. Like I'm giving you all I got. I just want you to know that. Like this is what I get. This is what I got. Okay.
Right.
I'm getting it all. I'm not holding back.
We'll start doing things for the community too, as we're growing and whatnot. So this last week we started White Belt Wednesdays, and it's just ask us your white belt questions, your base level, low level technique, gym courtesies, whatever questions
you want.
Yeah. But then as we grow and whatnot, as a community, I'll start like a Discord for the pod and whatnot and give the community an actual place to go where I know Nate briefly explained what Discord was to you. Matt's not a techie guy.
I'm not techie at all, guys.
Remember like bulletin boards or anything like that, or like
a
forums?
Bulletin board like at school?
Yeah. No, remember like forums, like automotive forums and whatnot?
Kinda.
A Discord is kind of like that, but it's like if we made a Discord, it would be you make like different rooms, so it's like share pictures of your belt promotions or a general community where people just kind of bullshit. So it's like all people that listen to the pod bullshitting, talking about
people are mean on those things.
Yeah,
I created a Reddit.
Oh yeah,
and I would post some of my demos on there, and holy fuck, dude, the guy's like, fuck this guy. I'm like, hey man, the I didn't even like. You haven't even looked. There's no way you looked at the video yet.
The video's been up for 17 seconds and you commented 12 in.
Yeah, you're like, F this guy. I'm like, all right, whatever, dude. That's a Wild West. I've Discord's anything like Reddit.
Discord, you can moderate. And as you have like core people in your community, maybe people that have been around a long time and whatnot, you can make them moderators. Okay. So then your community kind of polices themselves and you don't really have to get involved.
Yeah, I mean, I'm down for whatever. Like, Kenny is the brains. He is the man who does all the electronics and the creating this and editing the video and all that kind of stuff. And so yeah, I'll put music to a reel and repost it. That's about this. That's about the techniques, techie part of what I am. But yeah, Kenny does all the other stuff. I'm like, hey, cut this. And like, bam, bam, 2 seconds. And I don't even think he sleeps. Man, I was texting me at 2 a.m. Granted, I was up also watching Squid Game. And
the original?
No, the one with Ashley was in. Ashley Yoder was in it.
Oh, I don't know. What?
There's a new Squid Game show. And that shit had me. And I was just watching it because she was in it. And obviously.
On Netflix?
Yeah.
No shit.
Yeah. And it's like a game show.
No shit.
Yeah, like 500 people, and they all go for 5 million.
So like a legit, not the show, like a
legit.
Oh, no shit.
It's cool, dude.
But nobody dies, obviously.
Nobody dies.
They're not getting gunned down by fucking.
They got like ink fucking things on their necks. So if they do die, it goes, and they have to fake down and lay down.
That's dope. I didn't know that.
They're doing all this shit, like cutting the cookie and shit. They're doing all that.
I'll watch that.
And so like Ashley, she came out and said it's scripted and it's rigged and talking a lot of shit.
All of it is. Want to know a random thing? Okay. When I was 22, I was out at a bar in Phoenix, and MTV was there doing casting calls. And so you there was like some producers over at this little booth at this nightclub I was at, and you go over there and they like took a Polaroid and have you fill out like a little questionnaire and shit. And I got a call, and they're like, "We want to possibly cast you in a show. We'd like to come to your apartment." This is when Room Raiders was starting to pop off. So they came over to my apartment, these two people from MTV, and they're like with a video camera, and they're filming, and they're having me like walk around my apartment and talk about different things. And then they're like, then they see my DJ setup and whatnot. And they're like, "Oh, well, do a little like DJ scratch thing." It was so cheesy. And they're like, and then say like, "I'm spitting you out of my," it was very like it was an interview type thing, and they were still trying to script it, and it felt so cheesy, and I just wasn't into it.
Well, apparently Ashley said that like, either she's bitter because she can't play red light, green light good, or she said it's scripted. So, because I don't think she made it past the first scene. Obviously she didn't, because she didn't like the first thing is like there's an Asian doll, ni hao. There's an Asian doll, ni hao, standing face forward, and it would turn and the music would play, and it turns around. You have to stop, and you only have like 5 minutes to get across.
Right.
And so like if you kept moving and it sees you moving, it'd kill you. So I don't think Ashley made it past that part, because I saw her walk out and then I never saw her make it past the line. So, Ashley seems like the person that's pretty athletic. She's a professional fighter. I feel like she would stop on time, and she's an 89-year-old grandma made it across.
Shut the fuck.
An old lady makes it across. Yeah. Not 89, but she's like
I'm picking
69, 70. She made it across, and Ashley made it across. Come on, girl. It has to be scripted. No way my girl's going down like that, Ashley. Come on. I don't believe it. I don't believe it one bit. But I was invested. I watched the whole fucking thing. And the finals is coming out December 6th.
No shit. How many episodes?
There's like 10. And I'm in. I'm in, dude. I was so in.
I'll watch that.
So my wife's like, "Are you kidding me?" I'm like, "Hey, I'm sorry. I'm in." I was like, "I'm invested.
I'm invested."
I need to see what happens. All right. Questions.
Steve Graham, BJJ asked.
First of all, we have fans.
I know.
And they're the same guy. It's a lot of the same guys who are answering these questions. And I'm going to say, hey, Steve Graham, the fucking guy who killed somebody. Ronzilla, they fucking killed a guy. All you guys that just keep feeding the pod, you guys are the MVPs, dude. And you guys are our day oneers, okay? And if you keep up this energy, you might find yourself on an episode one day.
Maybe. I'd love to hear the Ron killed a guy fucking story from Ron's
I
mouth.
would love to see how Ron killed a guy, or he was a part of a guy who died.
Yeah,
Right, Ron.
Ron didn't kill a guy. He didn't go to prison.
He didn't go to prison.
But he was doing BJJ in a garage when it was fucking known as cage fighting. So
Choke someone out under a Bowflex. But hey, good for you. All right, Steve Graham at Steve Graham BJJ asks,
would you rather fight 100 bears the size of a duck or a duck the size of a Kodiak bear? Now, before we answer this question, I went above and beyond a little research. The average Kodiak bear is between 5 to 10 feet tall when it's standing prone on its back legs, and between 500 and 900 pounds. However, the record weight for a Kodiak bear is 2,500 pounds.
is it gear? No, okay. I'm doing the ducks, dude. Can these bears fly? No.
No,
They're just the size.
Yeah.
I'm putting duck.
That's like puppies.
I'm putting puppies, dude.
Oh, yeah, 100%. I'm taking 100 bears the size of a duck.
Oh, I'm kicking puppies, dude.
Yeah.
I'm kicking puppies. Sorry,
Yeah,
Charlie.
you can be vicious if you want. If you're this big, I'm kicking you.
Earmuffs, Charlie.
Yeah.
I'm kicking puppies.
Yeah,
Dude.
yeah. I'm punting you. I will pick you up and punt you 100
All
times.
day.
Yeah, we're good.
What else we got?
Dommy at Dommy asks, do you guys OS, and what do you think about OSing in general?
Okay. That's an awesome question, dude.
That's a fucking hilarious way to ask that.
That's an awesome question. Someone said that on on one of my memes. It's an awesome meme.
So as Mr. OS Nation himself, do you OS?
I do after like sign offs and stuff like that, but I'm not a guy generally who's just throwing that word out a lot.
Yeah.
It's not something, to be honest with you. When I used to kind of be like, dude, what's up with this word? What does os mean?
Yeah, I don't even know what the fuck it means.
I'm just assuming it means fuck yeah. Like it means anything like os, like dude.
Yeah.
Os and dude are the same word.
Yeah, yeah.
Like you just, however you say it,
Yeah.
it means something different.
Yeah.
You're like, dude.
Yeah. Dude
Like,
can mean a
dude.
lot of things.
Yeah. It's the context of how you say it.
Yeah.
Funniest os story of all time. I'm taking me and my boy Vader going to a tournament. I'm going to go coach him. We roll in. I was like, I gotta go take a piss. So I go into the bathroom. There's a guy just blowing ass in there. And then me and this other, so I'm in a stall, a guy's in a stall, guy's in the shitter. So we're both in the urinals, the guy's in the shitter. So I'm on the outside. There's a Brazilian guy in the middle guy. And we don't know who the guy in the shitter is, but my man is having a time of his life in there. And so he's sitting in there, and all of a sudden you hear just blows ass. And then the Brazilian guy looks at me, which you're not supposed to do. But it was such a fucking aggressive fart that we both looked at each other. And the guy goes, "Os." and I said, "That's the greatest os story of all time." And you can fight me on that one. That shit had me laughing. And I don't know if we should make that a clip. I think we might need to make that a clip. The greatest os story ever told. And so, yeah, that was the greatest story. So I don't know. OS, I use it on call-offs. Let's just put it that way. I use it like on sign-offs and stuff like that because it's like part of like my brand thing now.
How do you feel about OSing in general?
I mean, you got to OS when you got to OS, man. Like,
I don't understand the term. So
OS.
I haven't been around a lot of Brazilians. I think Poncho might be the only one. So I don't have a lot of like, I feel like it would be like, I don't know that there's another word that came out of a culture, but is attached to not necessarily the culture itself, but something the culture produced. Does that make sense?
OS.
Yeah. I don't know. Cause I don't understand it. I don't understand the context. So I wouldn't know how to use it properly. It would be like if I'm a 40-year-old man. If I started using words,
it means like if you do
Riz,
something kick ass, like, oh,
yeah,
you know what I mean? Like, that's it. You know, it's like,
I'm not walking around saying bussin' either. So
people say bus.
On God, for real.
People say Brazilian guys say os, and Matt Sayre says foot stomps. Like, you know what I mean? It's the same thing. It all comes from the same thing, dude. It's a combat word of like, you know, fuck yeah. That's os. Any more? We got any more questions?
Lower belt is, this is from JC Mad 99.
All right.
Lower belt is about to tap a higher belt, and the higher belt becomes a coach, and all of a sudden,
Oh, this happens so much.
what should you do?
This happens so much. We had a guy in our gym, and I'm going to call him out because I thought the guy was kind of weird. Alex Aguirre, he would do this all the time to people.
Really?
He's a black belt, and he would just freaking, you'd be smoking him, and he'd be like, okay, now.
Now you're going to go to sleep.
Like, I get, it's like, okay, now put your collar, thumb in my collar here, and now go here, and now do that. And I'm like, dude, stop that shit.
Yeah.
Take your L's, upper belts. It's okay. I know the belt is heavy. I know sometimes you can have a bad day on the mat. You could be trying a new technique, and all next thing you know, you're getting wrecked. But guess what? This is life. You don't freaking coach. Okay. It's a period. Like, I've tried to go half guard on Kenny, couldn't close my half guard. He ended up mounting me. Would I coach you and tell you what to do? No. I fucking just tried to get out of it.
Yeah.
So, like, this is what it is. Like, you gotta, like, take your L's, dude. Like that. It's called humbling experiences to make you better. It happens a lot. A lot of guys will do this. I've been known to beat a guy real bad, and then I'll go roll them the second time, and I'll be like, hey, now do this. Now move your hand here. I'll coach the second roll. I'm not in a bad position, though.
But you're doing it from the beginning, too.
And I'm dominating still.
Yeah.
But I'm like putting him in spots to sweep me. Like, okay, now sweep me here. Now do this. I do that all the time. Yeah. But like, I'm never like losing, and then I'm pulling out the, all right, this is where you're messing up, though. Like, no, I'm not messing up, dude. You're in fucking trouble.
Yeah.
Take your trouble. Take your L.
There's a black belt at your school that I have head and armed and like and tapped. Like, I was proud of the moment, but I don't think that I didn't get 100%. You know what I mean? I didn't just like get mount, get the arm. You know what I mean? Like, I didn't dominate him. He was probably either trying to play something, like trying to work something out himself.
Yeah,
or,
I don't know.
Yeah.
You tell me the name, I'll tell you if it's, I'll tell you what it was. Afterward, not now.
No. Yeah. I heard it's very legit. So but what I'm getting at is he didn't try any of that shit. And, it was one of those things where it was just like, okay, like maybe we're onto something.
If you're looking for an escape upper belt and a little fucking lower belt's giving you that smoke and you're like, holy fuck, I'm in trouble here.
Knee bar.
Time. Contact. I lost my contact. Hey, I lost my contact. Time. My shoulder. The injury contact, that's the way out.
He just gave you two. You don't have to coach.
You don't have to coach.
Just
coach
lie.
Because the coaching just pisses off people.
just fucking lie.
And then so what's that guy gonna do? He's gonna be like, yeah, I was rolling with him. I was fucking doing good too. Now I fucking think it's the contact foul that where I had to help him look. And like, if you're gonna lose your contact, make them look, even if you don't wear them. Like, hold on. Can you see it? So you're both like looking around for it. That's the best way out. That's the best way out. And you got that one for me for free. There's no premium content here.
I had a friend. This is not directly related, but loosely related. I had a friend. We were at a bar one time, and he got into a fight with a guy and punched him in the face and knocked him out. And like 10 minutes later, that guy's friends were looking for my friend, and my friend walks right up to him and was like, hey guys, what's going on? We're like, this guy just stuck and knocked our boy out. We got to find him. My boy's like, fuck yeah, let's go. Let's get him. And my boy is now in their group walking around looking for himself.
Holy fuck, dude.
So
I got a crazy street fight story. Maybe I'll tell it on the next episode. But for now, I want to thank everybody again. Follow us on all our social medias. Follow us on Spotify. You can listen to us on Spotify, Apple Music, Pandora, anywhere you can listen. We're on YouTube at BJJ Balance.
I'm trying to get video on Spotify. I'm working with somebody at Spotify now.
Does anybody but Rogan have video on Spotify?
Yeah.
Oh, it's like a thing you can do it? I thought he's only one.
No. He was the first, but now it's something that they unlock. But since we don't upload to Spotify directly, we upload through a service that distributes to a bunch of different platforms. I have to like backdoor it. And Spotify knows that. They're like aware of it, but it's just like I've been waiting for them to give me the access to do that.
Okay, gotcha. Follow us on all that stuff. Oast Nation BJJ at Kenny the Freak Party. Again, thanks for La Malavita for hooking Kenny up with the rash guard. We appreciate you guys. We appreciate all you guys. We're growing. Everything is just fine and dandy. And we'll catch you on the next one. Os.